Welcome to another episode of Natural Health Dialogue. Today, we're privileged to be with Naturopathic Doctor Kim Anderson, and we're on the part of the month where we are talking about flower essences. So we have a particular flower essence today that Naturopathic Dr. Anderson is going to go over. It's one that's interesting to me because I like foods made with the oil of this, but I'm not sure about the flower essences. Can you expand more on that?
I can, Joseph. We do know studies have just shown in recent history just the many benefits of olives. And of course, I just like eating the olive itself, but olive oil is an excellent, healthier fat option. You can even, if you're familiar with this, with a poultice, but you can add a poultice. That's something that you would add topically with some herbs, to a sore on the body or even muscle spasms or things like that. You can make a poultice, and olive oil is actually very good to add to complete a poultice. And so many benefits. Olive oil is even known to help lower cholesterol. And then some people take the olive leaf. You can use the olive leaf to help lower blood pressure. So many benefits from the olive plant, from the oil and from the actual plant itself. What we're going to talk about today is the flower essence. And there is a distinction there. And I've spoke about that many times in
Mhm.
some of our past podcasts and blogs. And so we can go back and just review that. But so I invite listeners to go back and check out the other blogs on exactly what a flower essence is. It's not the actual part of the plant, but more along for the vibrational therapies. And that's what's so beneficial for the emotional part. And so olive is right up there, so it helps with us, physically, but it has a lot of good for an emotional state, particularly one where we are just saying, "I am done." Have you ever said that before?
Yeah, once or twice.
Yeah, once or twice. And so, particularly we've had an unprecedented year with 2020 and even into 2021. Just the challenges that we've had with the COVID-19 virus, the effects that it's had on, families from, being separated from families due to quarantine or various other reasons, and just economically, people that have suffered. And so it's just been an unprecedented time. And so olive, I think, has been a very good one, especially with this month. We're also talking about, nerve health and, dealing with some anxiety and things. And I think olive is just a good one to throw in there, because when we're in that place where we're just say, "I am done," this is where olive is beautiful. Sometimes we get to a place where our energy is so sapped that just a phone call seems to be, monumental. Taking care of
Mm.
the mail, something so simple that we do every day, it just seems like it's just going to take too much energy for something like
Mm.
that. We see this state oftentimes, like just where we've been in the last year and a half, but also people that are going through challenging times, taking care of a loved one, that may have some challenges, some physical challenges, or terminally ill, really having to engage emotionally and physically for long periods of time. It can leave us in those state. And Dr. Edward Bach, the doctor that developed this whole flower essence, this line of flower essences, he said that olive is really good for those who've suffered much mentally and physically and are so exhausted and weary that they have no more strength to make any effort. Daily life is hard for them and it's hard to find pleasure. So this is where olive can be really good to help rejuvenate that exhaustive state, get us back into a place where we can face the day a little bit better. If we're feeling just totally zapped of energy, especially when our greatest desire is just a little peace and quiet, olive can be really good in that situation too. So olive can be a really good one to add to your emotional kit, if you will. And I
Mhm.
really think that along with, some physical rest and proper diet after going through any kind of emotionally or mentally process where it's just really taking all of your energy, I think that this can be a really beautiful flower essence to help us just get rejuvenated, feel like we can face life again.
So really, it sounds like if you're in this state, if you can just find the energy and the presence of mind to walk to your cupboard and get a few drops of it under your tongue. Am I right? Is
Yeah,
that
absolutely. Yep, these are come in drops. They do have an alcohol base to them, but we do have a kids formula that can be in glycerin. But yes, it's just as simple as that. Now I kind of want, let me back up just a couple of steps. Olive is very good, but again, I want to stress here in this exhaustive state, when someone has been taking care of someone for long periods of time, or there's been any kind of extended wear and tear, if you will, on our physical and emotional state, is olive is going to be a good trio. It's going to be part of the trio. Rest. Olive is not going to be as beneficial if you're not really taking the time to rest. And that's where we can add some other flower essences or other herbs to make sure that we're resting well. And then a proper diet. We want to make sure that we're getting those nutritious foods that will help us to be able to restore. So, I think of just using olive, I think it might be disappointing if that's all you were using in order to rejuvenate and get back where you can face the day. But I do think that a part of getting some physical rest and then a proper diet, I think it can be really good and really beneficial when you are in that state where you just say, I'm done, I can't go any further. I think I think it's really good to have on hand to go along with good nutrition and some, making sure that we're sleeping well.
so best used in combination with other
Yeah,
things?
definitely. There's other flower essences that I haven't made that strong recommendation so much, but with this one, I do think, you do have to add those other two really to get the good benefits from that. And like I said, there are other herbals and things like that we can kind of put together, get you a plan going, on how we can make sure that you're resting well and feeling refreshed. I think Dr. Lee also did previous a blog and a podcast on nutritious foods and nutritious eating. So definitely a resource to look into to add that, to make sure that you're getting everything that you need to rejuvenate with this. So again, olive is one that's going to work best in combination with with a couple of other lifestyle improvements, but definitely something that you want to keep on hand because it really is beneficial for that.
And is this available at the Health Patch?
If we don't have it in stock, I bet that's something that we could work on and get it for you. We do have the olive leaf and we have some olive oil and olive leaf. Definitely, we keep those in stock, but we'll be happy to help you, get you connected with whatever is needed for you.
All right. So once again, that is thehealthpatch.com. If you're interested in talking to someone there, or area code 405-736-1030 to get on the line with somebody. And all right. So I guess that brings us to a close of this podcast. Thank you, Dr. Anderson, for your insights here. And for all of you listening out there, we appreciate you, and we'll see you next time.